plankton and zooplankton and marine snow that we saw in the last dive. So we should be able to actually see some things down on the seafloor today.
Looks like your auto heading's on. Ah, okay. Yeah, but I keep pulling ahead. I'm watching the tether. Huh? Okay. Okay.
It looks like Megan is going to be doing some more interactions. They do OET is wonderful with reaching out to the public, to school children, and that seems to be one of the science leads here. We talked to for Nautilus and basically for all of us in science.
I'm looking at your range in the on the engineering computer. It's good. What do you want, Chris? Oh, right, right. See, I wonder if it's like, oh, I was wondering if it was like as of when you put it on your screen and set like the refresh rate. It's like as of, it's like 1 minute from when you started it versus like maybe I wait a, you know. Okay. Ugh.
Never seen that before.
What do you think that was?
I don't know.
Was that a mahi?
It was a, what was it?
Mahi?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It looked like an eel.
Yes,
It looked very,
exactly.
it looked like a mini
So it depends on the
sperm
squirrels.
whale, but I know it wasn't. But that's all I saw.
And we're hearing them.
Yeah.
So they're getting everything up to date in the front row so that it's easy for us to find things on the bottom. Every once in a while something pops up in the screen that some big fish just went by and we have no idea what it was. Ooh. So we're seeing a lot of small fish, maybe myctophids, some of the, what are those jellies?
Yeah, so we're seeing some ctenophores.
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 And yeah, definitely some lanternfish or myctophids. Lots of marine snow. Seen some larvation houses falling.
Possibly krill. There's a lot of
Yeah.
krill in this area, which is a zooplankton. It's a zooplankton, like zoo, or the animals, the tiny animals, and then there's phytoplankton, which are the little plants that they eat. They're not really plants, but
No, but they do use light for
Right.
food,
Right.
hence phyto.
You know the plankton part of that? Like I thought plankton was like its own kind of species because of SpongeBob, but now I know plankton just means small.
Like free swimming, yeah.
So yeah, we don't see phytoplankton down at 1,500 meters unless it's died and fallen to the bottom, which it provides food for everything that lives down deep. And what you're seeing in front of us is, yeah, some zooplankton, phytoplankton, a lot of marine snow, which is the skeletons, right, of a lot of the animals that live on the surface and sediment. And
Yeah, just organic material from anything that's broken down.
What? Yeah. It's okay. Can't see anything now anyway. Doesn't matter. But it's okay.
some jellies in the water.
It's okay. Well, maybe because it was shallow yesterday, it made sense for them to turn the gain down. Yeah.
Oh, and
No problem.
I forgot to say that we have Ed on video. He's the one that does all the zooming and
Color
adjusting the
balancing.
cameras and
Is that what I'm supposed to be doing?
making sure that we have this beautiful image in front of you, especially when we get on the seafloor. What do you do, Ed?
Oh my gosh, there's so much going on over here. I'm managing everyone's audio levels. We've got critical deliverables of these streams that people can watch on shore. We're recording a ton of cameras. I get the best seat in the house with these amazing monitors I have in front of me. I adjust the brightness of the scenes.
Pretty.
I think that's it.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
But
no, there's lots of other stuff. I'm sitting in front of 4 racks full of equipment that are about 7 feet tall. So I manage all that. I make sure all of our metadata is correct for scientific purposes. We not only want to collect the footage and the samples that we do, but we need very, very accurate information about what was happening, what time things happened at, dive number, the expedition number, all that. Metadata is information about data. We want to make sure that's all squared away so that scientists can actually find our observations useful.
and we do.
Well, I'm trying to catch up, but it's not catching up fast enough. Thank you.
So our plan today is to come down quite close to the brightest flare that we saw this morning in the water multi-beam water column data from the ship. Like I said, the weather has been giving us troubles, so we want to be able to make sure that we can get our samples in case we have to come out of the water earlier than our 8 p.m. Pacific time on deck. Yesterday we had to come out about an hour early. It's happened to us several times, and we've lost 2 days already of the 14 days that we have out here to weather, so hopefully today will not be the same. We're kind of right on the cusp of the weather window, which is about 20 knots. Wind. When you have a vehicle this expensive with all of this wonderful instrumentation on it, you don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
No. But we want our samples.
That rock I picked up yesterday looked like the state of Massachusetts.
Did it?
Yeah. It did.
It was pretty funny shaped, huh? And we pick up the rocks so that we can analyze them and figure out what the substrate is, these structures. But also they do chemical analysis on the carbonates to decide whether or not the methanotropes that created, which are small archaea, sort of like a bacteria, that create these carbonates are thermogenic or biogenic, whether or not they come from a deep source, thermogenic or biogenic, whether or not they're from the sediment layers that are compacted here on the margin. So it gives us a chemical signature for the area that we're studying. Just like the gas that we collect. And some of the sediments, the cores that we take. We get pore water fluids from the cores, as well as a lot of biota. The small stuff that you can't see on the surface. The seafloor, not the sea surface. We have about 1,000 more meters to go. We're at 600 meters water depth right now. So stay tuned. It'll take about 45 minutes, I believe. Taylor Ann, you got something to add?
Not yet. I wonder, I'm trying to think of a fun question we can ask since Megan's not here to ask us one. You have any ideas?
No. What do you miss the most from home?
Probably my queen size bed.
I miss my cat and my gardens and my neighbors and talking to my family on the phone.
Oh, yeah, I miss all those things too, except I don't have a cat, but.
Yeah.
What about you, Kylie?
I like my dog. I could stand to see her again. I gotta play it cool, you know.
She might be listening.
I like my dog. I miss my dog. And I do a lot of yard work, and this summer I'm out for 2 months, so I kind of sacrificed the state of my garden. So I miss that, but there's always next year.
Yeah, I have my neighbor takes care of my garden for me when I'm gone. I'm a big gardener too.
That's great. Do you do vegetables, flowers?
I live on the Oregon coast. I tried vegetables Didn't work out so well. Now I go to the farmer's market instead. I do a lot of flowers.
Great.
I'm going to try vegetables again next year. I just didn't have the time or the patience this year.
Yeah.
Been taking a lot of trips back to Wisconsin to visit my parents, so haven't been around that much. How about you, Bob? What do you miss the most from home?
Having my own room.
That's a good one. Yeah. How about you, Chris?
I'm probably going to have to say the dog, too.
Yeah. Yeah, dogs are cool.
How about you, Ed?
You know, I'm just going to have to take a pass today. Sorry.
I know that, honey. Yep. I must say, though, it's been very nice to be out at sea. It's a nice distraction. Good to work with my coworkers again after just seeing them on Zoom calls for the last year and a half. It's nice to be face-to-face with people.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun out here. A lot of hard work, but a lot of fun.
But yeah, the science, I think the science goes better when you're face-to-face. More focused, you can bounce ideas off of each other. And that doesn't, we have weekly meetings in my group, Zoom meetings, but it's not the same
It's
as
definitely not the same.
being able to walk down the hall and talk to somebody about something. So I'm looking forward to getting back to the office. I'm not sure when that will be now with the Delta variant. We've been doing really well in Oregon. Our vaccination rate is over 70%, but it could be better. I heard Vermont is up to like 85%.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's only 5 people in the state.
Yeah, all 5 of them
All
are
5 of 'em.
vaccinated. Well, maybe 4. Ooh, look at that pretty. Unlike LA, where you live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I
10
love it
million
too.
in the city.
Probably have more people in LA than they have in Vermont.
Yeah.
Oh,
By
yeah.
a long shot. Yeah.
I think that was a squid that just went by.
Oh, yeah. The population of Vermont is 600,989, and just the population of LA alone is almost 4 million.
Oh my God.
Just in case
Wowza.
anyone was curious.
Wow, 4 million.
That's just in the city.
Yeah, that's just in LA, not in all of California.
Wow.
Or not in the LA metropolitan, or the, what do you call that?
That's a lot of
The
people.
greater
proper?
LA.
Proper?
Yeah, the LA. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, my dreams of owning a home there are, you know, narrowing in on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always watch Selling Sunset, get the feel
Yeah, yeah.
without the price tag.
I live in a town of 2,000 people on the Oregon coast.
Wow.
It's great.
Yeah, I can't afford a condo overlooking the car wash.
I'm sure it's got to be crazy even. Yeah, all over the place. It's gotten very expensive. Glad I bought my house when I did. I'm not selling it because where are you going to move? You know?
Not to LA.
No. No way.
I'll have plenty of neighbors there. And there's lots of cats. I've seen
Yeah.
it myself.
There are lots of cats.
You mean big cats?
I mean, stray cats.
Down by the warehouse,
Oh, really?
our facility, yeah, there's dozens and dozens.
Oh, poor things.
Well, they're the best fed cats in LA, I think. There's at least 6 different people that come and feed them every day. That's
Oh,
why there's dozens and dozens of cats.
is it neighbors that come?
There's no neighbors for, probably half a mile from the warehouse. Pretty
So,
uninhabited. That's an uninhabited part of LA.
really?
Except by cats, raccoons, skunks, and possums.
All right. The wilderness.
Yeah, inside the warehouse is skunks, possums.
Wow.
Yeah,
Skunks.
well, it's kind of open, so they just come on in.
Sure. Got a roof over their head. Rent free.
Yeah, and 3 squares a day, at least.
Do you feed them?
Oh, no, I do not. I don't want wild animals in my workspace.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
No.
Not a good thing to feed wild animals at all. They get used to it.
Yeah.
How's the ship move?
Oh, it's
Done.
done.
Been done.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, excuse me.
It was only 25 meters, so
I thought you were
took them
doing
longer.
50.
Yeah, I decided to
Not
come down a little lower and
Raj.
I think this
we'll
looks
sneak
good.
up on the waypoint.
That kind of looks good, Chris, because we're here in a little indentation. Maybe
Yeah.
there's a possibility of some hydrates sitting in that little dip, sort of a slide feature. So we're going to begin our dive where we saw the strongest bubble stream flare this morning. We're going to explore around that area. We're going to locate that bubble stream, and we're going to explore the area and see if we can possibly find some methane in its solid form, a hydrate, which looks sort of like ice, preferably next to a bubble stream so we can get the gas phase and the solid phase of this methane. And then we'll go about and do our typical sampling suite of water and biology. Sediments. We're expecting there to be a lot of carbonate up here. It's high backscatter. Backscatter is a sort of it's harder substrate. Chris,